What's going on YouTube? Ryan with Canopy Leather, and I wanted to do a quick video for you. I've gotten quite a few requests for customization on my wallets, and so I wanted to provide you a quick update and best practices on kind of how to order from the site and give you a heads up as to some of the things you can ask for customization that have been asked by previous customers and that I'll accommodate. So wanted to do that via video, as it's probably the best way to go through some of the options. Obviously I have two models, the Immelmann and the 2-ship. So most of the customization is going to be pretty much the same for both when it comes to the monogramming. There is some differences when it comes to some of the other cutouts and things like that that I do. But I'll walk through both, and should be a pretty short video. Just wanted to give you kind of the options, and then you can kind of see some of the latest batch of wallets that I've done for color options. So starting with the 2-ship. This is 4 inches by 3 inches, so rear pocket carry, front pocket carry if you want, but pretty thin. This one is set up for how I daily carry it, and as you can see, it's still pretty thin. Carries quite a bit though. So in this one, it can max out at about 10 cards and about 15 bills, and I'll kind of go through what I have. So I have 1, 2, there's 6 total, and I think this is 8 slips of cash, 2 cards in the rear, and then obviously a quick draw in the back. So for a total of 9 cards that I have in there every day. Again, fits pretty thin. Getting into the customization. So when you go on the website and you look at it, what you're going to get are a primary and a secondary option. So primary colors. Primary color is going to be this color here, this wrap, and that's going to go all the way around, and it's also going to be mirrored by this inner pocket here. So both, when you choose that primary color, what you're going to get from the default side is this, you're choosing this piece right here. And then the secondary color is going to be the flap, which is kind of where some of the variance comes in with the different types of leather that I offer. So when you do this, I encourage you to kind of make sure that you understand the different color choices that I have. So I have some Pueblo, obviously Botero, and waxy, and I'll kind of show you examples of all 3 of those. I am going to do a separate video on the differences between those leathers. I think it's important to kind of showcase some of the different tempers and color options, but for right now this is going to kind of stay at or around pretty short, so I'm going to try and leave that off for another video. So again, primary color is the wrap and this inner pocket here. Secondary color is the flap, and then you obviously get a choice of thread. In this case, it's a pea green, and you can kind of see that here. That is matched on both this inner flap and the overall stitching that goes all the way through for the bottom secure portion of the stitch there. For customization, so I've had customers, obviously you can get logo and flag omitted. Both of those come standard, so the logo is always going to be here on a right-hand carry. Flag is always going to be here on a right-hand carry. If you decide, if you're a lefty and you want me to reverse all of this and all of the leather, then you can do that. That's pretty simple to do. Just know that the logos are also going to be reversed. So in this one, the Canopy Leather logo will be on the right, and this flag will be on the left-hand side, and this stitch will, or this cross cut for the credit card rear slip will be reversed as well. You can also request no rear quick draw. So if you prefer just to have a pocket that has no slit, then I will accommodate that. I've also done a small rear notch in here to get at some of these cards in the back. I've noticed in my daily carry that it's not truthfully needed. You can get in and out of there pretty simply, but some people like to have that notch there. And then monogramming. So monogramming wise, I recommend 3 letters. You can kind of see on this one, you can kind of see where it goes. Monogramming sits just at around up here, so your card as it sits in the wallet won't impede on that monogramming. But I recommend 3 letters. I can do more, but I think the max is around 6 to 8. So just be aware that that piece of it is a little bit fluid. You can always message me if you have questions referencing the monogramming or anything else truthfully. But trying to get ahead of some of the standard questions on this one. So I think that's it. I've also done a version where the logo can be on the inside flap here, so that way when it tucks in, this presents as a clean front face, and then when you pick it up, you can obviously see the logo there. So it hides pretty securely, or pretty well rather, and not a lot of problems there. As far as options go, this member is a waxy, natural, and a Riccardo sienna. So shell cordovan and waxy. I do have 3 listings for the 2-ship, and what I mean by that is if you go into each listing, you'll see either options for all veg tan, i.e. this type of version, so Pueblo, waxy, or Botero all the way through, or I have 2 listings that supports shell cordovan, both the Riccardo and also the Shinky. So either one of those is its own separate listing. So if you like a offset shell cordovan wallet, then all you got to do is make sure you hit the right listing, and you have options for what I have there. Just know the shell cordovan is in and out of stock pretty frequently. I do my best to keep it as close to full as I can, but it is expensive, and it is distributed differently by different people. So again, I try what I can through Belts Production and also through Rocky Mountain Leather. And you can kind of see some of the differences here. This is a Riccardo marbled black with a Botero natural. Again, Botero and Riccardo marbled sienna. This is going to be a Riccardo red with a waxy blue Hortensia blue. So very nice combo, I thought there. And finally, this is an all veg tan. So this is going to be your waxy, your natural waxy, coupled with the Hortensia waxy as well. So some pretty nice choices coming out from the customers. I'll put that away and move to the Immelmann. So Immelmann, 5 to 8 cards, and a little bit smaller, but again, really designed for front pocket carry. You can kind of see here, it's very slim, and there is options for some cash in the rear slot here, but I have this set up for just for cards. So in here I have 6 cards, you can see, 1 in the front quick draw, 1 in the rear, and then 2 in each of the inner pockets, kind of designed for more of a lesser used cards. So 6 cards there. When you order this one, you'll choose really just 2 things. The primary color is going to be this leather here, so it's going to wrap all the way around for a total of 3 times. And then the secondary color is really your thread, right? So there's not a lot of guesswork in this one. It's really 2 options, and I do only offer the Immelmann right now in the full veg tan options. So that's also going to be the same. So Botero, waxy, or Pueblo. And the reason for that is the thinness, right? I want to keep this profile the same. I found that when I try to do a shell cordovan version, it gets very thick, and it's kind of not even useful to you. It gets kind of untenable for you to put it in your pocket. So monogramming, same principle. Monogramming will go here if you decide to have it, but I do offer monogramming for that. And then the flag up here and the Canopy Leather logo down here will come standard. For this one, I haven't done a left-handed version, but I will accommodate that as well. So if you would like a lefty version of the Immelmann, even though in this case it's more or less ambidextrous since there's no flap, I will reverse this to over here and also kind of give you a different look and feel, so that way it's a little bit more conducive to your type of your hand dominance there. And I think that's all I had. Again, I'll be doing more videos. I just wanted to keep this one pretty short and sweet. There's some questions that I get online pretty routinely that I wanted to address. And ultimately, if you do have questions, I respond fairly quickly on Etsy. Just message me directly, and I'll make sure that you get set up. If you do want a full shell cordovan version of the 2-ship, which I do offer, those are all custom, and those are all done via direct message to me. So I don't, just because of how much shell that I have on hand, I can't just offer shell cordovans. Either they're pre-made or they are by customization only. So just direct to me, and I'll work with you to get that out the door again as soon as possible. But those I do offer. So that is all I have. If you have any questions, hit me up on Etsy, and I appreciate all the business and support up to this point with the wallets. It's truthfully a very, very small shop. I do them all by hand. I do them all small batch. As you can see, this is going to be going out to a group of customers here today. And truthfully, just really enjoying the time spending making these things for you. And if you have any questions, like I said, hit me up.